America, we got to get back to doing what's expected of us as free citizens in this democracy. That means being tolerant, being respectful, staying informed, and being engaged. I'm former Congressman Joe Walsh. Follow me here and join the millions of Americans who are renewing their social contract with each other. The social contract, it's on us. Hope you all had a good weekend. Former Congressman Joe Walsh here. I had a great weekend. I have spent time with my grandson. How cool is that? Elijah Alexander. He's 4 weeks old. And I saw my grandson for the first time just yesterday. Awesome thing. I yell and scream every day about stuff. We all yell and scream about stuff. We are in a daily political battlefield, right? Everything that's going on. But every now and then, when you pull yourself away and reflect upon or engage with that stuff that matters more, like new life, a grandson, a granddaughter, what a joyous thing. So I hope everybody listening had a really great weekend. But let's be clear. Let's be clear this Monday. As markets here in the United States crater, as markets around the world crater, as the world's economic order is on the precipice of utter devastation because of these tariffs. And I don't want to make light of anything. Real people, regular people, every day are being hurt by Donald Trump. I said again over the weekend, I said again this morning, and I mean this. Donald Trump is an idiot. Hey, TikTok, Donald Trump is a complete fucking idiot. He's a dangerous idiot, though. A very dangerous idiot. I mean, here we are, right? Again, an idiot in the office of the most powerful person on the planet. And look at all the people right now, all the people right now being hurt by that dangerous idiot in the White House. Everything you buy more expensive. Your 401k account gone. Your retirement account gone. People you know laid off or you laid off. I could go on and on and on. And I come to you this morning, the markets again are down. And I want to remind everybody again this morning, it's not just wealthy people in the markets. It's regular people who have their 401k, their life's savings in the markets as well. Look at all the money. Look at all the money that average regular Americans lost last week and will lose today, all because of that idiot, bad man in the White House. But not just because of him, right? I mean, this morning, Monday, people are talking about a Black Monday. People are talking about maybe the worst crash, the worst day in the markets in 50 years. I don't know. We'll find out later. But all because of Trump? Is this all because of Trump? Markets tanking, the economy crashing, the odds of a recession this year dramatically increasing by the day. Is it all because of that idiot in the White House, that dangerous idiot in the White House? Is it all because of him? No. No, I say. No, this former congressman says. No, this former Republican says. Look, I It's not all because of Trump. We're not here. All of this mess on the verge of potential economic calamity. It's not all because of him. It's not all because of Trump. My good friend and former congressional colleague, Adam Kinzinger, great guy, hero, Adam Kinzinger, a hero, one of the very few Republicans these past number of years who publicly stood up against that idiot, that dangerous idiot. Adam Kinzinger stood up against him, and because of that, Adam Kinzinger's career as a Republican ended. I can relate. Adam Kinzinger is a hero. He's one of my heroes. But Adam tweeted out last night something like, hey, reminder world, the world, America and the rest of the world on the verge of economic calamity, disaster, all because of one man, Adam Kinzinger said. And I responded to my friend Adam respectfully, I beg to differ. This is not all because of Trump. This is not just because of Trump. We're here. America, we are here. We have a madman, a dangerous, utterly horrible madman in the White House, just wreaking havoc on this country right now. That's not all because of him. Not just one man, respectfully, Adam Kinzinger, has brought us here. Not just one man is responsible for these tariffs, MAGA, these tax increases on you. This is not all just because of one man. Trump does not get all of the blame for where we are. No way. The Republican Party, the entire Republican Party is to blame as well. This entire Republican Party that for the past 10 years has gotten down on their knees and bowed to this man, bowed to this idiot, kissed his feet, washed his feet, stayed silent, hid under their beds, run for the hills. This entire cowardly Republican Party is to blame, not just Trump. All the wealthy businessmen who voted for Trump, they're to blame too. They're to blame too. They knew who Trump was. They know what an idiot Trump is. They know what a bad man Trump is. But all these wealthy elites, these wealthy businessmen who knew exactly who Trump was, but they said, screw it, I'm going to vote for him anyways. And they voted for him anyways because of their own selfish interests, their own selfish business interests. This guy, Bill Ackman, hey, TikTok, you know who Bill Ackman is? Some wealthy hedge fund, whatever. Oh, what a tool, Bill Ackman. He became one of Trump's biggest cheerleaders during the campaign. Bill Ackman, wealthy gazillionaire, tweeting last night and this morning, these tariffs are bad. They are going to lead to a nuclear winter, an economic nuclear winter. Oh no, Mr. President, please don't do these tariffs. This is not what we voted for, Bill Ackman said. Excuse me. This is exactly what you voted for, Bill Ackman. Bill Ackman is to blame. Elon Musk is to blame. All these wealthy dudes who made a deal with the devil. They voted for Trump knowing he's the devil, but they wanted to make money off of him. And now they're crying and moaning and bitching about the tariffs. These people are to blame too. It's not just Trump, is what I'm trying to say this Monday. Trump's not the only one to blame. The entire Republican Party is to blame for where we are today. Be honest. All these wealthy people who voted for Trump, they're to blame too. And you know what? Good coffee. You know what? Trump supporters, Trump voters, MAGA, as the shit hits the fan, as regular people lose their jobs, as the shoes you wear cost more, and the avocados you buy cost more, and the oranges you buy cost more, and the toasters you buy cost more, and the trucks and the cars you buy, all of this shit costs more as regular people take it up the you-know-what and get hurt big time by Trump's tariffs. You know who else is to blame? And I say this with love. Trump voters are to blame. Don't just blame Trump for where we are right now. Don't just blame Trump for the markets tanking right now. Blame the people, the average, regular, everyday people who voted for Trump. They're to blame too. Here's the deal. And I love these folks, the people, MAGA, Trump's base. They used to be my folks. They used to be my supporters. They used to be my voters. But here's the deal. Tough love, Trump supporters. Tough love, Trump voters. Donald Trump has lied to you every day, every single day for the past 10 years. And you allowed him to lie to you. So you're to blame too, Trump voters, for letting Trump lie to you. I mean, when Trump said during the campaign that he was going to turn around the economy on day one, and we were going to be growing and kicking butt economically on day one, he lied to you, and Trump voters, you believed him. Trump voters, you're to blame too. I get it, and I'll always be here for you, Trump voters. I'll always be here with an embrace and a hug. I mean that. But ultimately, you're responsible for letting Trump lie to you. And when Trump said that China pays for the tariffs, we don't, he lied to you, but you believed him. And when Trump said that trade deficits are bad things, and they're not, he lied to you and you believed him. And when Trump said to you, things wouldn't cost more, when Trump lied to farmers, farmers believed him on these tariffs. Eventually, like, I'm pissed off at Trump for lying to you folks, but eventually you're to blame for letting Trump lie to you. It's your fault. It's your fault. If this is true, and Donald Trump, who was inherited a great economy, the best in the industrialized world, the United States, by every indicator, the facts, the truth. We had the best post-COVID economic recovery of any industrialized nation by far. Donald Trump was given that, and he's destroyed that. And now Trump has taken that great economy, and we are now on the verge of a possible recession, which is going to hurt you regular folk every day. Tough love. It's not Trump. It's not just Trump who's to blame for doing this to you. Trump voters, you did this to yourselves. You wealthy businessmen, you selfish jerks, you did this. And Republican Party, all you congressional Republicans, all of you who sold your souls to stay in power, you are every bit as much to blame for Trump's chaos, for Trump's incompetence as Trump is. You're every bit as much to blame for the economic destruction that Donald Trump is going to put on this country. You are every bit as much to blame, Republican Party, as Donald Trump is. So my friend Adam Kinzinger, no, 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 no. I do not go there. Do not just blame this on Trump. What America's going through right now, the hell that America's going through right now, the fact that we are deporting innocent people right now, do not just blame Trump for that. Blame the Republican Party. Blame the people who voted for Trump. The fact that Donald Trump has taken a blowtorch to our Constitution, do not just blame Trump for that. Blame the entire Republican Party. Blame everybody who voted for Donald Trump. Amen. Absolutely. You don't like what Elon Musk is doing, right? Laying off American veterans. Do not just blame Donald Trump. Blame the Republican Party. Blame everybody who voted for Trump. This is not just on Trump. Yeah, TikTok, Trump's an idiot, an idiot, an idiot. But America, tough love. And America, a tough lesson. You're to blame too. You put this idiot in power. One more thought on this, guys. In the last month or so, not a day goes by. TikTok, not a day. Not a day goes by that I don't hear the following words from somebody. Hey, Joe, this is not what I voted for. I hear it every day. I hear it from a few people, sometimes more than a few people every single day. It's gone on for about the past month. Hey, Joe, this is not what I voted for. Hey, Joe, this is not what I voted for. I hear this all the time. And whenever I hear that, hey, Joe, this is not what I voted for, I always respond respectfully, but firmly with, no, this is exactly what you voted for. Not going to let you get away with that. Anybody who voted for Trump, I will never, ever let you get away with saying to me, hey, Joe, this isn't what I voted for. Bullshit. Respectfully, this is exactly what you voted for. Donald Trump told you exactly what he was going to do. You knew exactly how incompetent Trump was. You knew exactly how bad Trump was. I had so many of you tell me during the campaign, Joe, I know Trump's a bad guy, but. This is what you voted for. Don't be surprised by his tariffs. Don't be surprised when everything you buy is more expensive. He told you he was going to do this. Don't you be surprised when you lose your job, when your company lays off a bunch of people because of Trump's tariffs. You voted for this. And to every American out there who did not vote for Trump, when you hear in the upcoming months from people who did vote for him, hey, Steve, hey, Susie, this is not what I voted for. When you hear those words, My advice is don't be a jerk, be respectful but firm, and say respectfully, Steve, respectfully, Suze, this is what you voted for. You knew who Trump was and you knew what Trump was going to do. I can't let you get away with that, Suze. We're all responsible for our votes. And Donald Trump was an open book, man. You knew everything about him. Don't let anyone get away with saying to you, this is not what I voted for. Don't let them do that. Be respectful and firm. This is exactly what they voted for. The incompetence, the lies, the economic destruction. This is what they voted for. The tariffs, they voted for tax increases. Everybody who voted for Donald Trump voted for tax increases. Everybody who voted for Donald Trump voted to have everything they buy be more expensive. I mean, it's simple, America. Everybody who voted for Donald Trump voted to have the next car or truck they buy to be a lot more expensive. That's what they voted for. Trump told them he was going to do that. That's just one example. But be firm with Trump voters. Be respectful, but be firm. This was amazing. And that this story just breaks your heart. A few weeks ago, right, when Trump put a bunch of Venezuelan gang members on airplanes and threw them down into that El Salvador prison, and the story of the gay barber from Venezuela who is not a gang member, who was in this country legally. He was grabbed. He was swept up. He was put on a plane and put into that El Salvadoran prison. 60 Minutes did a great piece on what went down those detentions and what went down when the Trump administration scooped up all these people and threw them in that El Salvador prison. And that Venezuelan gay barber, who was not at all a Venezuelan gang member, and the stories and the pictures of him down in that prison, sobbing on his knees, praying as he had his head shaved, and he kept screaming and sobbing and saying, I'm not a gang member. I'm in America legally. This was when he was having his head shaved down in that El Salvador prison. Man, you're not human if that story doesn't break your heart. And by the way, again, we know he's in that El Salvador prison. And I'll say it again, all it would take is one phone call from the president of the United States to get this guy, this innocent man, back into this country. He was in this country legally. Trump won't do that. Why? Because Trump's a coward. Trump won't make that phone call. Why? Because it's all about the cruelty. See, I think that's the thing. I think Trump actually purposely wanted American citizens swept up and thrown into that El Salvador prison. I think that Trump wanted people who were in this country legally swept up and thrown in that El Salvador prison because it's all about the cruelty. And Trump wanted to send a cruel message to immigrants and migrants all over the world. Fuck that. Fuck voting for that. Shame on you if you support. Shame on anybody, any Trump supporter right now who can applaud a gay barber from Venezuela who's in this country legally, who now sits in an El Salvador prison because Donald Trump put him there. Shame on any of you for applauding that. But this piece on 60 Minutes last night, I don't know if we have a headline, Keith. Oh my God. An investigation found out, there it is. Thanks, Keith. 75%, look at that. 75% of the Venezuelan migrants that we scooped up that weekend and sent down to that El Salvador prison had no criminal record. 75% of these Venezuelan migrants who now sit in that El Salvador prison had no criminal record. That's unbelievable. It's not. They were all supposed to be Venezuelan gang members. Turns out they're not. 75% of them had no criminal record. This isn't who we are. This isn't what we are. And by the way, how many other Andres are down there? Andres, the gay barber from Venezuela, who was in this country legally, whose life has been destroyed, and he now sits in that El Salvador prison. How many more like Andre are there? 75% of them had no criminal record. This isn't America. No, I'm going to keep putting this in front of us every day. MAGA, I want you to look at this every day, because MAGA, unlike Trump and unlike Musk and unlike the rest of them, I think better of you, MAGA, and I think that bothers you. I think it bothers you. I think it saddens you. I think it touches your conscience that a gay barber from Venezuela who was in this country legally now sits in an El Salvador prison. His life destroyed. I think, MAGA, that bothers you, because I think you're human. So I implore you, tell your president to make a phone call, and every innocent person should be brought back up to America in a nanosecond. Final thought for this Monday. The resistance lives. The resistance lives. Thank you, Irene. I will keep preaching this, because we are better than this. I will not live in a country like this. I will resist, I will oppose, and I will fight a country. This is not what America is. This is not what my America is. This is not the America our founding fathers gave us, where we ship people, we deport American citizens without due process and put them in foreign jails. That's not what we do here. The resistance lives. 2 days ago, in this country, millions and millions of Americans in every city, in every town in this country took to the streets and said, hands off. I hope many of you were part of these protests, these April 5th hands-off protests all over the country. Just beautiful scenes from DC to Boston to Santa Cruz to Chicago to Austin. Again, towns and cities, big and small. Millions and millions of Americans took to the streets and they said, hands off, Trump. Hands off of my freedoms, hands off of my civil liberties, hands off of my Social Security, hands off of my due process, hands off. I'm telling you, millions and millions of Americans protested this past weekend. It was a sight to behold. And I've said this repeatedly. When Donald Trump won in 2017, and I voted for him in 2016, oh my God, feels like 100 years ago. When Trump won in 16 and he got sworn in 17, immediately there was an organized resistance. America was in shock, and there was an organized resistance. When Trump won last November, I think there was just a lot of people who were just bummed out, saddened, and checked out. And what we've seen over the last couple of months is organically around the country, nothing organized. organically around the country, Americans just rising up in their own towns, in their own communities, in their own cities, holding hands, getting together, resisting, saying, not here, this is not us, hands off, this is not who or what America is. Elon Musk, you suck. This is growing. I can't tell you. I'll get into this in another show, and I'll get into this in, by the way, in a Substack piece I'm going to write. You need to subscribe to my Substack, Social Contract with Joe Walsh. I come from the Tea Party. I'm still a proud Tea Partier. Listen to me. Listen to me. I'm a child of the Tea Party. I got elected because of the Tea Party. What's happening right now in this country is much, much bigger. It's much more massive than the Tea Party. This is an uprising against tyranny in support of freedom that is a much bigger uprising than what the Tea Party was. And I say that as a child of the Tea Party, as a former Tea Party congressman, I say that as someone who's still a proud Tea Partier. This past weekend, April 5th, was incredible. By the way, I'll close with this. Another big protest day on April 19th, 2 Saturdays, 2 weekends from now. Going to be another protest around the country, all 50 states. Indivisible's a great group. 5501.org is a great group. 5501. You want information on all of these groups, and if you want information on all of these protests, on the resistance, on Americans taken to the streets, where you can go and find out about all of it, go to that website, oneflaginitiative.org. Go there, oneflaginitiative.org. All one word. What we try to do at oneflaginitiative.org is let you know about all these groups and let you know about all the protests and all the marches, the resistance happening around the country. Go to that website. Part of what I am. It's the No Kings movement. No kings, no kings, no kings. Go to oneflaginitiative.org. Thank you, Keith. Oneflaginitiative.org. There it is, all one word. Go there. We'll give you information every day, every week about what's going on around the country. Join the No Kings movement. Join me and the No Kings movement. Oneflaginitiative.org. 2 weeks from now, the next big protest in America. Thank you, everybody, for listening. My email, if you want to send me an email on anything, the social contract with Joe Walsh at gmail.com. All one word, the social contract with Joe Walsh at gmail.com. I have a Substack. Great stuff. Every day we put out on our Substack, writings, videos, everything. Subscribe to my Substack. Check it out. Doesn't cost a darn thing. Go give it a look. It's Social Contract with Joe Walsh. Subscribe. Be a part of the resistance. Let's make it a good week, everybody. God love you all. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, share, and follow The Social Contract with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been The Social Contract